Hey everyone, it's Armstrong here from Adai Miniatures, and today I'll be working with this. Today we are actually doing the challenge with Shadow and Son, and the subject of the challenge is a orc spaceship. And I want to do it in the scale for which I have already been working in for the Billion Suns. So this is my, and we are working with super glue bottles, so this is my super glue bottle, and as well I have in here two others which look like that, and all of this crap. I have in here a soap dispenser pumps that I already used once in the build. In here are the nozzles from them, which they look great by themselves as some sort of spaceships. In here I have this medicine dispensers, whatever, some squeeze bottle caps, caps from a yogurt or whatever, some pegs and cups from bottles, and some other yogurt cups that look like something. The only issue is the Danone on them. In here I have two cups glued together from a air freshener. This is air freshener. If you disassemble this, you get this lovely kind of a pretty much already done spaceship for a Billion Suns. If you want to go with something along the line of Enterprise, Federation, you can just add one of those soap dispensers on top. Or on the bottom, and it looks like one of the Federations. Of course you would have to cut it a little bit shorter, but still, and I have some sort of a spoon in here. I don't know how I'm gonna assemble it. I don't know yet exactly what it's gonna be. I have some little wires. Like always, I'm going with the flow, so we will see. Of course I'm gonna be using a lot of other crap, like probably this for detailing. This is the packing tape. But how you can see, I decided just before making this video that I'm gonna try to skip as much bought materials as I can. So I'm gonna try to make it a complete trash bash. Now, what I want to do with this bottle is first cut it in like 45 degrees. I have a small miter box in here, but it doesn't fit in my viewer as it is on the very edge of the table, and it's kind of hard actually to cut this bottle. As you can see, it isn't perfect. I'm gonna be back after I do this. I've done it. I cut it in half. And now, what was my thinking at the beginning was actually to maybe just insert it inside and make it a little bit lopsided, for the orkiness of it. But then I was like, what if I do something like that? And this is gonna give me some bigger spaceship. It's probably gonna be the biggest one in my fleet thus far. But what do I want to put in there, to elongate it? And straight away those guys start coming in handy, because I can just glue them inside, and then glue this. They're gonna get interesting shapes, interesting textures, especially for the dry brushing. I can as well attach some of those as cannons. I have as well this lighter. I still don't know what to do with it. The soap dispensers, they have pipes, so I can use them as well as some sort of cannons. So I need to think about this, but I want to make it orky, so it's have to look a little bit junky. So let's go for Orktober. And of course I have the, what do you call them, these are Oh, I'm thinking and I cannot find the right words. Those are rails for your memory, for RAM memory in your computer. Yeah, but like always, you know, they are nice and flat, as well as they have this texture which I can use. You know, they can be maybe broadside cannons or whatever, batteries. Yeah, as in when I think about orc spaceships, yeah, and generally about 40k, I'm thinking about naval warfare. And you know, even like in 40k they are still using lasers, but you know, they use a lot of, you know, projectiles as well. At least I think so. For the orcs. So, you know, some sort of broadside would be nice as the idea. Now I just want to liberate this from the rest of it. And again, like always, I don't take too much care in how it's gonna be cut. But I think that I need to, for a first time, probably in my videos, get my hot glue gun out and start using it, because I think that super gluing this is gonna take me hours. So I'm gonna be right back. I finally found my hot glue gun, and you know, I was just, you know, testing how would stuff go, and I caught the four of the bolts, and I just put them like that, and you know, this straight away looks cool for me. And then I was thinking, you know, I need to fill this gap, so this is gonna work as a nice giant cannon, something like Thunderhawks have on top of them, I would think. Yeah, but first I need to figure out the bottom of it as well. Yeah, so maybe something like that. This is gonna give me not sure about this. Like sometimes things just fall into place, sometimes they don't. But I'm just gonna glue this one inside like this, and then I'm gonna glue this on top. So yeah, I'm right-handed and I have my hot glue gun on the left-hand side, which isn't the greatest idea. So yeah, a lot of hot glue. I got so used to saying super glue that it's messing with my head right now. And no, that's too low. I need to maybe throw one more on top, or maybe I'm gonna do it like that. Sorry, it's a lot of trial and error when you just build like this. This actually works. Just push it back and push this back, then this. Yeah, that's gonna be just fine. So I need to connect this, and again, just a lot of hot glue for this to hold together. And how you can see straight away, this gives me some nice textures to work with later on. Yeah, and the super glue, hot glue is so hot that it keeps on moving. And now the cannon, maybe. Yeah, I think that I'm gonna glue the cannon as well at this time, just to have it straight away. Like, I'm actually used to use a hot glue for building terrain, not miniatures, so this is completely new experience for me. Okay, I need to wait for this hot glue to cool down, so be right back. So it's cooled down a little bit, it's still quite hot, but I actually decided to go as low as that, yeah, because this is gonna be just breaking the pattern. I have, you know, somewhat of an idea just to go like 50-50. So like just put it in the middle. But then this actually, you know, when I was looking at it, it started looking better and better for me. Of course, you know, this gaping hole isn't pretty, and I'm gonna have to figure out the way to actually seal it somehow. But it's quickly shaping up to be something, yeah? And if it is Orcish something, it's gonna be even more messy than it is right now. So, engines, this doesn't have enough of them, yeah? And I was thinking about using the entire bottles, but then I just decided to go with those cups, at least for now. And you know, just add them in here, on both sides, just here. And then I'm gonna be going probably with the other red cups. So, yeah. There's a lot of super glue bottles being used in here today. So 1 and 2, and they are almost, yeah. That's fine. And now these are cups from a medicine that I'm using. How you can see, I use a lot of it. It's just a ointment. Just thinking, I'm gonna probably just attach them around the handle, just to get as many of them as I can. You know, it's orcs, they need big engines, and it doesn't matter that the engines get in the way of the other engines. Yeah, it's like with Daka. Orcs need a lot of Daka, and you know, there's never enough Daka. I guess with spaceships they're gonna probably have the same philosophy, and there's never gonna be enough engines. And of course Daka. Yeah, so this have to be ridiculously, it have to have ridiculous amount of engines and ridiculous amount of Daka. So second, I think that I'm gonna manage to fill like 4 of them. Oh my, it's really becoming something else. It has so many colors right now, but it's hard to imagine how it's gonna end up. Of course, you know, you see in here there is a giant gap. Yeah, and what we're gonna fill it with? Definitely some more Daka. But I'm just looking, I have only like 6.5 engines in here, and I don't think that is enough. I think that maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 more gonna satisfy the Orcish overlords, yeah, with enough speed. Maybe they belong to the Speed Freaks clan. Colt from Gorka Morka. Let's see. Oh my goodness, this was a great idea, you know, of Shadow and Son to do this challenge. Yeah, I put my 2 cents to it, you know, to go for Orktober build. And I just have a lot of fun, especially that I'm not a huge fan of Halloween, as Halloween actually falls on my birthday and I have to give away sweets when it is my birthday, which isn't fun for me. Yeah, I think that this is enough of engine. Almost enough. Maybe just, you know, like some maneuvering thrusters. Maybe like in here, 1. Oh. Like, I think that orcs are one of the coolest factions in 40k, because, you know, you can just convert whatever you want with them. I still don't feel like it is enough speed. I still have 2 of those, and as I really want to fill up this gap, maybe I can just glue 2 of them together and then stock them here. Yeah, and it's definitely the biggest spaceship already from all of them that I built. Yeah, but when you stop just using super glue and go for the hot glue gun, you can achieve a lot of madness with minimum effort. Yeah, definitely just 2 giant engines, you know, stuck in here, and it's gonna work. And gonna allow me to fill up the gap, which I was dreading, you know, what they're gonna do. Come on. Ah. Yep. I can just fill it up with hot glue. It's gonna be Orcish welding. Ah. Alright. Ah. Come on. Yeah, I need to wait for this to actually cool off. But yeah, I have some sort of Orcish, and oh my goodness, no, that's a disaster and a half. Yeah, some sort of orkiness happening here. Yeah, so I'm gonna take a break for this to cool down, and then I'm gonna start attaching more stuff. So while this is drying, I decided that my orc is gonna be technologically advanced, and they're gonna have some sort of a power shield. So, come on. I grabbed the what do you call them? Air freshener sprays, and I just removed the top from one. This is gonna be, you know, like a energy shield. I don't know how well I'm gonna be able to paint that, you know, to represent a energy shield, but this, in case of my orcs, probably gonna be a flagship or something. I'm not happy with using this knife right now. Oh, okay. My knife control still works. I didn't cut my finger off. Yeah, but I have this, and you know, I'm just thinking somewhere around, maybe somewhere around here or here, you know, just use a energy shield, and you know, I have this, 2 more, so come on, sleep out. Sometimes they just don't want to work with me. Yeah, and I have another one. Just need to cut off all of the little knobs, and you know, in here just push this so it's out a little bit, and then and I have 3 oddly shaped discs, yeah, which I'm gonna have to mount somehow to this spaceship as a energy shield. But yeah, I still need to wait a second for the hot glue to dry, so I'm gonna cut this off. I hope that this is dry finally, and I'm just thinking, you know, maybe just a tiny bit more of like side thrusters, yeah, just to cover this hole. Maybe like 2 more, you know, they're gonna help the ship to maneuver properly. So yeah, just you know, like, I don't think that this is enough, just, you know, speed and thrusters, and yeah. I'm sorry, sometimes when I get into Orcish way of thinking, I would probably glue everything together and call it, you know, the spaceship. So for now we have this, but I think that orcs need something big weapon. Yeah, this is a big weapon, but this is bigger weapon. Yeah, I think that this is gonna be some sort of maybe ramming ship or super duper laser or whatever. So let's just attach it to the top here. And I'm really sorry to this poor super glue bottle. It was supposed to be star, but right now it's just covered by all of that crap. But as this is an orc spaceship, yeah, there is definitely not enough DACA. 2 guns, not enough. Yeah. So let's go with more. 2 at the front, probably. So let's just add some hot glue and 1 and come on, just maybe slide a little bit down. 2. And as any Orcish player would say, there's not enough DACA. So I know that I have 1 more. Yes, just gonna cut off this here. And stick it in here, just under the first laser that I made. And yeah, and loving the orcs and, you know, playing orcs for ages, I would still say there's not enough DACA. So I have these small super glue bottles, and, you know, if I touch them here, maybe, no. Oh, the front ones. I'm just trying to go through this too quickly. Maybe if I attach them here, they're gonna represent some sort of multi-lasers. So yeah, let's just attach more DACA to it. So 1. Oh, it isn't. Oh, it is in the view. Sorry, there is so much mess right now on my desk. And just fill it in. And 2. So we have some more DACA. But there's still not enough DACA. So I have this. Maybe just cut it under the angle. Give me a sec. And glue it in here, just to add a little bit more DACA. Okay, this is holding, this is holding. And as the wise man would say, there's not enough DACA. But I have no more small pieces to throw at it. I used up all of them. So now let's just go with some armor plating. And of course I have this. Yeah. And I have my scissors, so I can start cutting it into smaller pieces. And since I'm already going with a hot glue, there's no reason to switch medium right now. So just add some in here. And I want it to be sticking out and being, you know, just attached in the wrong way. I don't want it to be flush with the spaceship, as I assume that orcs would just slap giant plates of armor wherever they see fit and leave it without, you know, shaping it properly. Maybe some super, you know, cool orc mech would go with something more sophisticated, but I really believe that orcs don't go for sophistication, they go for barely functional. As long as they believe that it's gonna function, it functions, so why would they exert more effort than necessary? Maybe one more here. Yeah, so that's the armor plating, and now I need to find some paper clips to attach the shields, so I'll be right back. I finally found those paper clips, and now it's time to just finish this part. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, that wasn't smart. Like that. And here, finally. So this is a anchor, and you know, I'm just adding a hot glue in here, putting this in, and then just adding a little bit of more of hot glue. And I have this one ready. So hot glue, and just sunk it in a little bit more. This have to dry, but I as well prepared some 5-minute epoxy, and I don't have too much of it, but it is really, I'm not sure that I'm going to be using it, but it's in a case if my applying of the shield's gonna fail. So in here, just a small hole. I know I could use a drill, but the blade is as good as a drill anyway. Come on. So I have this, and yeah, I did fail. I make it too big. But I want a second one somewhere in here. Maybe, just maybe. Come on. There is a lot of hot glue in there. Maybe it's gonna squeeze it. Yeah, so one energy shield attached somewhat. Now the second one gonna be here, and the third one blue. Maybe here. Like, I don't think that they would have good enough tech to cover the entire thing perfectly, but you know, they have good enough tech to create these lattices of fields. Come on, this one. I'm actually not very sure about that. Yeah, I'll be right back after I glue them. I managed to get the shields into place. I'm not sure if they look Orcish anymore. I'm kind of on the defense about those shields. I think that I actually gonna just drop them, as they destroy the concept completely. Yeah, but this is sometimes how you have to work with this. Come on. Yeah, sometimes you have to abandon the idea. Sometimes it looks good, and then it feels good, and then just figure out, no, it didn't work. But yeah, I still have this, and I haven't used a single one of them. It feels like such a pity to don't add a something of a kind of engine form to the back. Like there's still not enough speed and definitely not enough DACA in that build. Maybe just this one, like we know orcs, they would definitely appreciate more speed. So yeah, that at the next engine. Like I showed this to my wife, and she told me that there is not enough DACA at it. So I don't know where to put more DACA, but I made it so symmetrical that it's kind of odd for me. But I have this. I'm just thinking maybe attach it in here to have like a side cannon, and then on the other side maybe just attach some of this knobbly pieces that I have for my computer. Come on, fit in here. I know that you really want to, or not. Wait. Okay, I have this. Let's just get a side with the hot glue. Yep, so this is something. And I prepared earlier a piece, and then I of course lost it. But I have this. This is probably USB port. And I think that I'm gonna add it in just here. Oh, come on, get back to me. Just in here to maybe work as some sort of a hanger or a gun battery. Who knows? So let's add some hot glue. And the wisps start annoying me, but this is the reality of working with hot glue. And I found the piece that I prepared earlier, and I don't see a point where to put it. There is so much in here. Oh, maybe, not sure. Just tiny bit too long for now. Gonna shorten it. Yep, flying computer pieces. And this just... Oh. Alright, so this goes here. Definitely a giant broadside. And this goes here, which gonna gives me maybe a fighter hangar or something. Yeah, it creates some sort of surface. And of course, a lot of wisps. Like, this is probably my biggest issue with hot glue. No, I have this. This is a weapon. Maybe this? No, rather this. Why would you need that? It's an orc. Yeah. Yeah, maybe just one more in there. It's gonna probably in the future hide a stand. Now, this is a problem. I ordered a acrylic rods and acrylic discs for a Billion Suns build to have nice looking stands, but they still didn't arrive, so I need to do without them. But for the time being, it's how it looks. Now I have to go and spray paint it, so I'll be back in about 4 hours when it dries. The paint job, well, it isn't the paint job done yet, but the spray painting did unify the piece and it looks much better straight away. I only had I have a chrome paint, so I just did that. Now I have to blast it with black, and then I'm gonna be going with the Drybrush of metallic, and then we're gonna finish this to orcify it, you know, because this is supposed to be a fast spaceship with so many engines, so it's gonna probably have to be red. So I'm gonna paint it black and be right back. Now I finally have the ship painted black. There is still some chrome showing through, but like I wasn't actually expecting, you know, chrome to be so hard to paint afterwards, so this is a new lesson for me. Just gonna tilt it. You can see all of the spare parts that was left after this project. And again, I just have metallic paint and giant brush like I did with the cars, but you know, this is just a first layer of painting, this one. So I want to just go with very heavy dry brush, yeah, because I didn't want it to be chrome. The chrome just simply do not suit orcs, in my humble opinion. Yeah. But you know, dark metallic look is much better. And this is, you know, with orcs, if you leave a lot of black in the recesses, it's okay, it's good, you know, you don't have to worry that much about it. As you can see, this is very heavy dry brush. And it actually turned out quite well thus far. Yep. Like it even hides a little bit of the chrome that was left behind, so I'm happy about this. Yeah, so this is thus far how it turned out. And now, like I said, I want this spaceship to be fast, yeah? And with orcs, fast is always red, yeah? So I have my red paint here, and because I just dry brushed, I don't have to worry about the, what do you call it? About the paint, because it's pretty much dry straight away. I just need to grab decently big brush, and I have this, you know, brush that was in the set with the makeup brushes, so I assume it is for makeup as well. And just pick places where I want to paint it red. Yeah. And like most of the people when they paint orc spaceships, yeah, would think rust, but in my head, you know, since this is spaceship, there is no rust, because, well, rust requires oxygen, and I don't think that there's oxygen in the space, yeah, at least as far as the science goes. So I'm just taking a page out of the book of the, what is his name, Drybrush, and you know, just painting the red, but not exactly, not everywhere, yeah, just places I want, and I'm leaving a lot of gaps, and I'm painting this red very well, not even, yeah. This is Orcish paint job, they want it to be red, but I don't think that they go with the airbrush and airbrush the spaceships, so yeah. Too perfect paint job would screw it up, in my opinion. Yeah, so I'm happy with blotchy, kind of weird done paint job. Yeah, and you know, I mostly concentrate the red on the place where the original super glue battle was, yeah, and some on the engines. Again, not exactly, I want to come back with a little bit of black later on. Yeah, but how you can see, like, this is exactly what I'm doing. Not sorry about that. Not a huge amount of red paint, and you know, I didn't thin it much, I just add a little bit of the airbrush thinner to this, and I know that those were red and I'm painting them now red, which is kind of somewhat nonsensical. I'm sorry, my throat all of a sudden just got very dry. But yeah, I want this to look like that. I'm leaving the plates pretty much untouched with paint because I assume that they are patch job for the spaceships. Yeah, and I'm leaving the paint off in plenty of spaces because, again, I'm assuming that they are scratches from hitting stuff in space. So, you know, the original paint job would be scratched and bashed off and whatever. Yeah, thus far I like what I'm seeing, and like, I have this massive urge to do like nice paint job on it, but if I do that, I feel like it ain't gonna be orcish enough. I don't know, like, it's just always a temptation, you know, to paint the orcs perfectly, and then, you know, like, I seen this, you know, kind of comic book style painting, you know, when people use a lot of pencils, you know, to do this kind of weird brushing of them, and it's look lovely, but it's completely not my style. Okay, I think that this is about it. Oh, there's something here. Yeah, a piece of plastic. And now the same brush, I still have some black paint, I need to just water it down. And I want to add it to the red, so make dark, dirty red. Yeah. And I want to throw this inside of the engines. Yeah, so in here, because this all is chromed and I don't want it to be like that, you know, that if this is a, like, I know that Space Marines are using a some sort of power. I don't even know what to call it, just, you know, giant powered engines. And orcs, I think that they are burning fossil fuels for the spaceships, so not 100% sure on that one, so don't quote me. Yeah, but whenever you watch, you know, like a video with Orcish spaceship, it's just spewing ton of a smoke out of the engines, so I'm just assuming that is a fossil fuel, maybe, you know, a oil or whatever. Yes, I have this. I just want to dull this, you know, chrome as much as possible with as simple as possible paint job. Come on. It's gonna be hard. And this is already a Thursday, and I'm gonna be posting this today, so I need to rush at least a little bit. Yeah, I have this. I'm just thinking, you know, what else do I want to put on that? And maybe a Nuln oil and Argrax Earthshade. I have both of those here, and I know that it's still wet, but I don't think that I have enough time to wait for everything to dry all the time today. Yeah, so I'm just gonna pop both bottles and just start applying them with a big brush. Yeah, and give it some time to dry. I know everyone will tell you to don't do this exactly as I'm doing, but, well, if it works, it works, so yeah. And, you know, the base is kind of too small, I guess. Because you don't want to hold the... You can see how the spaceship is shaking, but I don't have anything better. I have plenty of those bases because I made a mold. I designed those bases and I made a mold for them. So, you know, I can cast them whenever I want to. Alright. And I think that for now I just need to give it about half an hour to dry. And then just do some small finishing touches with a tiny brush. So yeah, let's wait for this half an hour then. Now, this is somewhat dry, you know, there is still a wet area in here. But where I want to work is in here. And what I want to do is something that I feel like Orc Spaceship cannot do without it, is a checker pattern. And to be completely honest, I'm very, and you have to add a couple of very bad at freehand. So this is gonna be a massive challenge to me, especially with a wibbly wobbly piece. So yeah, stay with me and, you know, have a look at how I'm struggling and probably failing at making this checker pattern. I got a size 1 brush, which is by far not my favorite size. Yes, what I want to do is just make like 3 or 4 lines and then do the squares, and you know, with time and a little bit of more patience that I actually possess, create a grid and then just fill up the white squares and then add the black squares, and hopefully it's gonna work. Yeah, but like I said, I'm not very good at freehand, and you know, I'm thinking as well about adding few Orcish glyphs to that. So let's just pray that my bad skills aren't as bad as I think. And I don't really know what meaning the checker pattern have in Orcish society, but they are using this on the power drones or on the vehicles as well, so I just want to add this to make it more orky, in my opinion. So yeah. Okay, this was a bit easier than I was expecting. Now the harder part, getting the black, or in this case dark gray pieces done. Oh my! I'm sorry, but for me this is really hard thing to do, like straight lines and, you know, freehand are my big enemy. Like, I know that I have somewhere decals, you know, that I could use for that, but what's the fun in this? I need to challenge myself once in a while. All right, somehow it turned out somehow. Now, of course, you know, this is a orc stuff, so we need to add some I think that they went with 2 big letters. Some what to it, yeah. And now, I don't know, maybe one of those Orcish bottom jaw glyphs. Let's see, do I have any nice space on the other side? I have 2 nice spaces on the other side, which is okay. Just like a where I hope that you can see it properly, because I'm probably covering this. This isn't working. This is so bad. Like I said, freehand is my big enemy, and I'm not good at it at all. Alright, something Orcish, and again in here I'm just gonna do the bottom jaw, as I'm not very good at that, and honestly I don't have enough time to play with that right now. Now I just need to add some squiggly eyes in here. Okay, it looks somewhat like an Orcish jaw, and in here we have the bottom jaw. I don't see any other places to add a, what do you call it? I'm losing my words today. To add any glyphs or any decorations of that, but still I have a little bit of this grey paint, and I want to add just a little bit of grey to the back of the engines. And around here. And there is only one more step really, but I have to go to the pharmacy for that, so I'll be back in a second. And here it is, a Orcish mothership Wabbringer, I guess. I was trying to do the, you know, giant smoke effect with the cotton wool and everything, but I failed. So yeah, this is my entry to the build-off between me and Shadow and Son. Let me think what you think about it. If you like it, please rate, comment, subscribe. Of course, go to the Shadow and Son channel and, you know, see what shenanigans they are up to. And of course, you know, subscribe to them, because they are really, you know, fun guys, and every time I'm watching their videos I have a massive crack. And yeah, have a lovely day. Take care everyone.